If you were online yesterday, then you may have seen that in the Forsaken community, the lead balancing dev Kaiser was exposed for still being in contact with Sol, the old owner of Forsaken. While this alone is a terrible incident, I feel like a lot of people are ignoring the crucial part, which is that Basil, who was the co-owner of the game, was actually well aware that they were friends, and in their own words, unless it's being used as some sort of connection to feed info, I don't care. Before we get into this video, please don't send hate to anyone involved. If we resort to that, then it just makes this community look even worse. And if we really want change, then just speak up about it. Don't just start sending insults because you're upset, even though you're valid for feeling like that. It's just that no progress is made. I know these types of situations bring up a lot of emotions, like hate and sadness, but if you can do constructive criticism, go for it. I'll be honest, I hate drama videos, and especially the covering of drama, like I'm doing right now. But even though I have these thoughts, this game is what I revolve all my content around. So I know it's finally time for me to put my opinion out there. With all the controversies that came before, I could kind of understand why some things happened, like the NDA, which led to getting 25% in order to keep the game. A portion of the income, of course, had to go to the original creator. I cannot, though, understand how this situation was allowed, and I honestly feel completely betrayed. I feel like the game was going forward and finally able to leave this whole Sol situation behind, but it seems like the dev team themselves aren't ready for this yet. Personally, I think the current Forsaken team feels like a friend group who happened to make a game rather than a studio who's actually prioritizing the future of the game and the success. This is what the biggest weakness of the dev team really is, and this should have never been allowed to happen. The fate of the game relies on the developers, and sadly, I feel like there needs to be a reform of the current team, especially having Basil step down. While I have nothing against them as a person and barely know anything, I can't think of a single good reason that you will let anyone on your team be in contact and friends with someone so harmful, especially to your own community. I do not think there's a single thing Basil can do to gain the trust back, and the best choice would probably be to leave the game or at least step down. I have no idea who would fill this role, but this situation has shown that the trust is not there anymore. This is amplified fully due to the fact that Kaiser couldn't be fired since this is their only income, only to fire them immediately once this comes out and the game's reputation tanks further. It just shows that these are not the problems to the team until it comes out and hurts their profits. Of all the online discourse I've heard about this whole situation, I think the thing I've heard the least about is people talking about Basil's part in it, but I think that's the most important thing. If the game leads are allowing for this to happen without even batting an eye, what else is really going on? Hopefully some change can come because of this though, since I feel like this situation can lead to a big overhaul for the game itself. Going further, I believe we need transparency and to stop blindly defending this game when they mess up. The situation is a big compromise and honestly should not be swept underneath the rug. The biggest thing I've seen from this community is the defensiveness and the lack of accountability they let the devs take, since there always seems to be an excuse for everything that goes wrong. I don't expect the devs to be perfect, and I actually expect a lot of mistakes since they're human just like us. Of course though, with any mistake or problem, there needs to be a solution, and with a problem this big, a complete reform is needed. Bring in fresh blood for the game, and according to their post, all the people with connection to Sol are gone. This means that it's all up to Basil for the future of the game, and I'll be watching closely. To be honest, I don't even know how to view this game right now. I'm really hoping some major dev team things can be changed. I want to feel like the dev team really knows this is a bad situation, and I don't want that single Twitter post addressing it to be all that they mentioned about it. I want to feel like they genuinely won't let this happen again, and I want to see exactly how they can make that happen. This game is actually so amazingly made and has a community who wants to see it succeed. I still have some hope that the good people there can find a solution, and I'll wait until some changes are announced. I know to some people, this doesn't really seem that extreme of a situation, but I've had so many comments left about, you still play Forsaken? Oh my god, it's Forsaken, there's so many controversies. And to that, I would defend it, saying they're doing better now and to not give up hope on them. This makes it feel like all those comments were right, and I feel stupid for even defending this game. I do not want to feel like that again, so that's why I need some sort of guarantee they won't let any more pointless controversy happen. And by that, I'm not talking about if this game has controversy ever again, then I'm done. But I mean, I really want them to go out of their way to avoid any, and if it does happen, then it was not because of them directly. I've been thinking about this situation the whole day, and it actually feels terrible. I guess I had put more trust in the team, since I really thought the best path forward was being taken, but as of now, all I can think about is that what if there's just one final crazy thing that hasn't even come out yet? With how casual the conversation was that dropped this info, I wonder if the team even viewed this as wrong. And if they didn't, I don't even want to know what they think is actually horrible. The response, which was instant firing, felt so performative, and there was literally no accountability for what Basil said. The crazy thing is that I've only seen people talk about Basil, and they haven't even brought up Hideko when I 100% think that they had an idea that this was happening. This is something I've heard no one talk about since I guess technically there's no evidence, but I really doubt only one of the owners was aware of this issue. Just everything with how the situation was handled is crazy to me, especially as I mentioned earlier with how Basil claimed firing would do nothing since they can still talk to Soul, so why do it now and get rid of all their income, which was the problem like they said. In the same thread they were telling the original poster they should probably cut ties with their controversial friend, but it felt just so performative, like, I've always said not to associate, more like an evidence moment rather than to actually help the person out with their best interests. It just seemed like the whole explanation was an insurance policy, like, look, I said Kaiser should not be doing this and I opposed it, without actually doing anything to enforce the end of the communication. If the Forsaken team really wants their game to succeed, then they genuinely need new owners and most of the team to change. While this seems drastic, I don't know if I can go through another apology document going out on something that could be clearly avoided. I don't really know who the next owners would be and if it would just be their own friends, but all I can do is hope that the right decisions are made for the future. For my own future, personally, I'm not really sure what I want to do with this game. I might start leaning towards Die of Death slowly, but I'll have to see since I have genuine enjoyment from this game. I'll probably wait to see if any changes happen, and if they do, how these situations can be prevented in the future. So to answer the question of the video, is Forsaken doomed? That's entirely up to how the dev team responds to this, and as well as if they can gain the trust of the players back. I really do think this game has some of the most potential I've seen from a Roblox game in a long time, but the dev team themselves are holding it back with so much controversy after controversy that it gets to a point where the people don't even want to play it, no matter how great the game really is. With all that said, thank you for watching. I really hope things can go better, and for once I'm not going to beg for subs and likes on the video like usual, since it feels really out of place. But genuinely, thank you for watching until the end, and with all that, I'll see you next time. Come on, devs, I'm really rooting for you. Just fix this situation. I know the solution is there. The solution is there.